refreshes just in case. But
Nice.
hello.
Hello.
Look, it's none of none of the ones that are in the alternate universe. This is great.
This is an alternate universe.
Also known as the real world.
Mm-hmm. I really am Margot Reyes.
You are.
Yes.
Hello. We have a new don't tell anyone. I will be in trouble. I won't do it. Maybe I will. That would be fun.
No.
I'm ready for like a body swap episode.
Freaky Friday episode. Let's go.
Freaky Friday, have all the adults be kids, all the kids be adults, and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Except the kids aren't like their parents' bodies, just different ones. I'm just going to roll a die and like random adult. Have fun. Nice. Have fun with this body. See what it does. Test it out, and I just give everyone new character sheets to play with.
Here's your character sheet. Have fun.
Here's your character sheet.
I'm trying to think what the name for like the AU of the show is, and I think it was just like it'd just be the opposite. So I'm assuming instead of Daybreak Prep, it's Nightfall Improv.
I like
in my head. I fully went
Prep Daybreak.
Pray Daybreak. Pray Daybreak.
Pray Daybreak. Pray bread.
Bread.
Hi everyone. This is off time and not off topic. This particular session. None of the other players know that this session is happening. In fact, I didn't tell them. Because technically speaking, they don't know what's happening in this session. We have a misnamed Nadine Amari to visit.
Design, Margot Reyes.
Yes, and we have a misnamed, technically, Sammy P to visit.
Hello.
Hello. What's your favorite type of bread? Since bread is on the mind.
Sourdough.
That is good.
Is it? Maybe.
Did you just make
right now? It is.
Why right now? Because you can't. It's the first one you thought of.
Well, I went, what bread do I like? And I went sourdough. And then I went, oh yeah. And that's what the process was. And then I said sourdough as I was going,
I had a very similar process, but the word that came to my mind was ciabatta. But ultimately, it's just like bread's pretty good.
Bread
in general is great. I miss croissants.
That's not bread, that's pastry.
I mean, okay, fine. I will say
I love bread. I'll take a milfweed, thank you. I'll take a vanilla slice.
Yes, please. But also give me a brioche.
Ooh.
Give me a
good pastry bread mix.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you see what I did?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I snuck around your. I snuck around and made a cronut.
I did. Yeah, at one point I did put a bit of effort trying to look around and seeing if there was like a gluten-free croissant that wasn't either awful or amazingly convoluted to make.
Nice.
I didn't get very far because
it's very, very complicated. I've found one place that can do one that's similar. Gluten is delicious. Gluten makes us feel full and happy and all of the things that I no longer get to feel. So I'm going to run the intro because we have a very short period of time, and I would like to make sure that we get to some kind of a point. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Intro time.
Let's do it.
Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number or try your call again. This is a recording.
Oh, hello, we're back. And I am not as short as you
Are we?
think. Yeah.
I just saw something happening.
You saw things happening. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes. Chantal is very tall.
Don't lie outwardly lie. Don't like outright. It's not. What I said was I'm not as
To an
short as I
ant, you are
seem.
very tall. That's what I thought.
Misenus.
Yes.
You've had classes as usual.
Mm-hmm.
School has been. What's your take on school? What's your take been on school? Have you taught before? Been a teacher before?
Well, I could say that all of us are teachers, but okay, we're not being convoluted. Okay, school is school. School is good for some purposes, such as putting small children in pens, and means that they don't do stupid things and they don't get up to trouble and they learn a couple of things. But I mean, you could do school anywhere.
So this is your first time at Daybreak prep then?
Yes, this is rich kid school and I don't like this kind of, but it pays very well.
It does pay very well. How have your classes been? Have the students been well behaved?
Are rich kids ever really well behaved?
Very good question. Very astute answer.
Thank you. I am Greek.
You know what? Yes, you are. Very, very true. You've had classes as usual, and it is in typical Daybreak fashion. I believe 2 days since school started, so it's only Wednesday. It's not even 2 days of school.
Holy shit. Okay.
Let's do 3.
Time goes real slow here.
It's really slowly. Since the last time we saw you to now, it's been 2 days.
This has been a very long 2 days.
This is a Wednesday.
Holy shit. I've done a lot of stuff in those 2 days.
Done a lot in 2 days. You've had so much work. You've done so much. We're so proud of you. You deserve a raise.
Thank you. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So in those 2 days, you've had students come in, you've had students go out. You had one student draw something that was disconcerting.
Oh.
The last time you were here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
As in last time I taught a class, or
last time you taught this particular strange kitten child.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's not wrong, Sam. When we get to midterms, it will be season 12, something like that. Luckily, we skip time. Time is
yours to play with.
Mine to play with. I play with time in this game, and so it almost doesn't matter that it is now Wednesday. You should have arrays in your class because we work on an A/B system. Reyes hasn't turned up today.
This is a shame. I thought that she was going to like my class.
I think she may have. What did you think of the Reyes?
Are you asking me about the Reyes or the Reyes? Because them, not so much. These, okay. One class is not much to pick someone's personality for, but she was nice enough.
Okay.
A predator is a predator, no?
A predator is what do you take from what? Please expand on that. What do you mean by that?
how do you say it in modern terms? Casual prejudice, like stereotyping. I don't know.
You have views on predators.
Well, yes, predators take what they should not take sometimes, and sometimes, if they are good predators, then they take what they need, and not a cent more.
I see. So, speaking of predators, tell me a little bit about your history.
My history. How many years do you want?
Why don't we zero in a little bit on the bracelets you wear?
These bracelets. Well, they were a gift, not a very good one, not a very nice one, but a gift nonetheless, from an individual who took me from my family and used me, still uses me technically, for their own devices. They are my albatross, I believe it is. My cross to bear, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. How does that person get in contact with you? Because obviously you're at school.
Oh, well, this is a new one. It is not the same person. At least I don't think it's the same person. Unless they have figured out how to be, well, semi-immortal like I am. I don't know. And he pulls out a little phone. It's like a shitty, like Nokia, like a proper burner phone.
3310.
All right. I get a little ring-a-ding on this. It is New Bell.
Ever played Snake?
Snake. When they come in and you smash them with your hoof. That's
I'll
Snake.
just remove Worm from the playlist for
the playbook.
I'll remove the Worm playbook for
I mean, unless you look like a word like slithering on the ground, and
I was talking about the game that's on your phone, but I
there's
didn't.
a game on my phone.
So
he's like now he's just turned the volume really loud, and he's like, "Is this the game?" Bleep 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 bleep.
So it is lunchtime. The Finley kid, the one that's kind of acting weak, is weak maybe. Didn't turn up to class either.
Oh yes, but they are intertwined, no? They're probably in a closet or something, doing something.
This is entirely possible and plausible, and in a previous season, likely.
Season? As in summer, or?
Yes, almost exactly. That is what I'm. Yeah, in spring, in the springtime.
Very nice. It is.
However,
continue.
The phone in your hand rings.
Oh shit. Misenus Miko.
Cute.
Thank you. This is a new shirt.
I need access.
Any particular reason?
I'm on my way.
Lovely speaking to you too. Have a wonderful day.
Click.
Malaka.
In a very short period of time, into your classroom and then into just the back room of the art room. Step. Give me one moment. I'm going to have to just got to do some basic counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people walk into the room. 7 walk into the room. My mistake.
Magic number.
One of them, 3 of them you recognize. It's confusing that you recognize 3 of them, in fact, because you shouldn't recognize 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize the Reyes kid, walking bland-faced. You recognize the Finley kid being carried unconscious
by
in her arms, the Reyes kid's arms. And you recognize the Finley kid
again
unconscious being carried by a young man, Asian descent. Roll.
That's Nadine. Squint.
It does Nadine squint. Oh, Nadine, I would like you, please, to roll sharp.
You've got gold and dragon.
Do I?
Oh shit! I don't have this. Sorry. Bear with. Oh, and sharp. Misenus, where are you?
If you need help, I think I've got a link I can give you.
I've got his thingy somewhere. I'll just. There he is. My little PowerPoint. Okay. My sharp is a +1, which makes that a 10.
10. What are your thoughts, Misenus, on vampires?
Remember how I was talking about those predators who don't take any more than what they need? Yeah, vampires are not that.
They're not.
No.
What are vampires?
They just take.
I see. So you don't like them, I take it?
I don't like mosquitoes. But they exist. I cannot do anything about them. They are vital for themselves, I guess. They bite me. They draw my blood. It's very irritating, but I cannot do anything about it. That is how I feel about vampires.
Okay. Well, there are 2 of them here.
Oh, wonderful.
One of them is holding a ghoul, and you can smell that. Thoughts on ghouls?
Stinky.
Makes sense.
Why do all of them coagulate together? It's the mosquitoes, the stinkies, they're always... Why can't it be like the stinky and like the fairies and then
just mix it up. Balance the scents out a little bit. At least,
Stinky all the time.
I guess stinky attracts stinky, perhaps.
Flies are attracted to shit, I guess.
You know, that's the most understandable thing you've ever said.
I'll do it again. The bird sometimes shits in your eye, you know?
No, but
Exactly.
okay.
Very good. We're back where we're supposed to be.
Okay, cool, good. Leading them is someone who looks like the ghoul, but isn't the ghoul.
Why do so many people look the same?
What a question. Do you say it out loud?
Yes. Under my breath.
The only person of them that looks to be fully awake
Mm.
is the person at the front. The person that
The one
looks
who
like
looks
the
like the
ghoul.
ghoul, but not the ghoul. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
And she says, not your concern. Well,
I mean, if you are going into my labyrinth, it is my concern.
not your concern.
Okay.
And so, how does one get into your labyrinth?
This is the thing. That's why he like kind of smiles and goes, okay. Because yeah, you have this. You are in control of me, technically. Doesn't mean it has to be easy to get into it. Yeah, you can get into it. You'll be lost for a while, but you'll get to your place. So to get into the labyrinth, I have to guide you.
Mm-hmm.
So-
How has that worked historically for Misenus?
Historically, well, it depends on, I think, who knows how to use the bracelets best. If you have knowledge of it, but you don't have full knowledge of it, then you can't really control him as well as you want to. Or the things that make him tick and the things that would be bad for him and stuff that he doesn't enjoy. If you don't know how to use them, then he has pretty much full reign of whatever. He's just kind of genie in the bottle. You're stuck with him. If you do know how to use them, which people have in the past, I feel like he thinks that the more and more it gets passed down, the less and less is being told to the next person who owns them. Therefore, he has more free reign. This is probably the most, I think I said this to you, but this is probably the most he's been outside of his maze in quite some time. Because, oops, you didn't get section 4A? Silly you. That's the bit where I can be a dickhead to you. So historically, a lot of people have been very easily able to wrangle him. They can cause pain. They can make him more animalistic. They can, kind of make him zombie dead, dead-eyed kind of thing. You tell me how much they know.
This person knows exactly what she's doing.
Fun. Does he know that?
Roll sharp.
It's not great. It's an
roll?
8.
It's an 8. Wait 1 second. While I do this, if you could roll to keep your cool, please.
Yes. Let's take that one and... Oh, I'm just going to roll that one again because I accidentally fucked that up. That is... My cool is a 0. I can do maths. That's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay. You keep your cool. I'm going to give you the option. Would you have wanted to investigate a mystery or read a bad situation?
I guess the kind of person that Misenus is, he wouldn't really care about the details, I guess. He just wants to know whether there's a need for protection element. So probably read something bad. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Read a bad situation.
That's it. Read a bad situation.
This book is far too convoluted. I will rewrite it. And you rolled an 8.
I did.
So you can ask ask one of these questions, and I am going to give you the answer to the question that you asked as well. So, what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers I haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
I guess I'm trying to figure out whether Misenus cares about the Finley kid and the Reyes kid, because I think that will change his question.
Okay. Well, what does Misenus think about the Finley kid and the Reyes kid? You've had them in one class. They're not your responsibility beyond being your students.
But they're little babies.
They are little babies. And the others that are there look around their age. No one looks, I mean, other than the person in the front, no one looks particularly older than them. Like, not by much, if so.
Could you read them out one more time?
Of course. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
I guess he'll be a little bit selfish. And he'll go for what's my best way out. And that is a specific to...
It all links up, which is nice, because your best way out is the person in front of you who smells a little bit like the first person who touched you and took you from your home.
May I roll to keep my cool?
I think you should. You did already roll to keep your cool, but I think that particular information is another.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's a 5.
That's a 5. So, you mark experience.
Yes.
You, unlike Danny, I know that you actually will use it. So, please mark it.
Oh no. Oh no. Do you have an Excel spreadsheet that
I have something different, but I will send you the link to it. I will copy that. I have a Notion sheet. Give me a sec. That's what I've been using.
Because my PowerPoint has my monster of the week.
Did you fill out the Excel that Phoebe designed?
I think so. Maybe.
I think you may have. I will put. You do have by what I'm seeing here, you do have 2 and now 3 XP already sitting there.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, that'll be it.
Let me...
Look at me go. I marked the XP last time.
I think that might have been me marking that XP.
Oh. Look at you go.
Thanks. I try to keep track because no one else does. I do my best. So you did not keep your cool.
I did not keep my cool.
You did not at all. 0 cool
bummed.
was kept that day.
Yes. Oh, I found it. I think. I found it. Yes. Very good. Yes. Okay. I did not keep my cool. All right. I can't remember. This is me looking back at our chat.
Sam,
Yep.
while this is happening, while Nadine does this, could you roll with sharp for me just to see how much attention you're paying?
Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Oh, did I not give you numbers for it? Give me 1 second.
I don't think I've got any Monster of the Week stuff for him.
Okay.
But I rolled a 10, so...
Oh, so it doesn't matter right now. I will still fill it out. But
unless it's a negative, then...
It's not going to be a negative. I just need to find it. And I will fill it out for you.
Okay.
What are you going to do, please? Misenus?
Shit. Okay. No. This is fine. He's a smart man. He's smart. Very smart. Okay. He will... Fuck. How much does he know that this person knows about the bracelets?
How much does he know? This person is acting as though they know everything.
Acting. Okay. So, all right. Cool. All right. That'll put him on 10 hooks. All right. He'll go up to this individual.
Who is much smaller than he is. As in the person at the front.
Isn't that most people?
I mean, that most people are going to be smaller than Misenus, yes.
Have you not seen a mouse in front of an elephant? We don't trust small people. Direct attack.
Was that 2? If that was to me, I'm shutting the whole stream down. The whole thing.
Chantel, roll to keep you cool.
Right.
You're lucky I rolled an 11.
Nice. You're a cool character. Okay, he'll go up to this individual and lean down and go. Have we met before?
She leans up. She looks up. She tilts her head. That's none of your concern.
You want what's
Lead the
inside.
way.
You want what's inside, correct?
That's none of your concern.
What is of my concern then?
You do your job. That's it.
And what happens if I don't do my job?
Things get unpleasant for you.
Oh, it's a good thing I like unpleasant stuff. That is what art is. I'm an art teacher.
Cute. Roll to keep your cool. This particular roll is because she's doing exactly what you said that she could.
It's a 10.
It's gonna hurt. You hold it together.
You'd think after all of these years, you'd turn it up to 10. Right at the beginning. No tease.
Good point.
But just remember, without me, there is no maze. And he'll probably have like a small drip of blood coming out of his ear. Like he's keeping it cool, but boy howdy, does it hurt.
Oh, is much ow? Is much ow?
Like to anyone looking at him, you're probably like, he's a buff dude, right? In that kind of like big strong man way. But like his veins have started like popping out of his forearm and the top of his bicep. Like he's straining.
I'm not going to kill you.
Oh, what a shame.
But if I must, I will confine you.
Oh, was that supposed to be a punishment?
You seem to like it out here. You haven't been out for a while.
May I roll to keep my cool?
I think you should.
It's a 6.
More XP, I guess.
And he'll reach behind him. And I guess like you expect the kiln door to just open into a dark room, but as soon as he like cracks the seal of the door, shining light comes through, and it's like sunset light, and it opens out into a long corridor lit by like cornices. Is that what they're called? No, that's cornice.
Cornices? Like little lights in the corners? Torches?
What are the torches? We'll go with torches.
Torches? Are they made of fire? Are they just like? Do they look like electric lights? What?
No, they're old. They're like wooden staked with metal rim torches.
Old torches. So the question that I have now is, does Misenus like keep the labyrinth clean, tidy? Is it dusty? What's the vibe? Has he painted? Like, has he got murals on it? What's the deal?
So the labyrinth is whatever he wants it to be. So this specific labyrinth is your bog standard Grecian myth labyrinth. This is the original labyrinth that he was stuck in or kept in, that he would wander. He has chosen this specifically because he wants to see if there's a reaction from the individual in front of him. That is made out of Grecian sandstone. Like, that is old as shit. There will be broken urns with Greco painting on it, you know. This is a dusty, dark, dingy maze of stone. This particular maze. However, it can be a wandering wood that people get lost in. It can be a misty plain. It could be a misty moor. It could be the ocean where people keep swimming and swimming and swimming. The labyrinth is for people to continue to get lost in until he wants them to find their way. So it could be anything. This is this is the maze.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is calling me, and I am looking at the number like a good millennial.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to do something about that? Do we need to take a break?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Here's my question to you also. Does any of this, if not trigger, tingle darkest self?
Oh, forgot about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me look. That's Margot. I don't want that.
What?
I was looking at Margot's one for some reason. Where's mine? I thought I'd put it in. That's what she said.
Oh, well, no, that's what I mean. You know what? Everyone said it. Everyone, literally everyone said it. I can read it to you.
Is it
I've
the
got it
same
on
as just the regular one, or is it?
Okay, here. No, I found it.
No, it's a different. There are two different types of.
Everything's terrifying. Okay. Suddenly everything is terrifying again, just like it was when you were small, before you became strong, before you built the maze. Who do you think you are to think you can protect anyone when you can't even protect yourself? You want nothing more than to hide in the maze you built to keep out the terrors. Your darker self ends when someone protects you or when you sleep through the night at the heart of your labyrinth. Bums.
It doesn't have to. I'm just curious.
I think it's definitely like on the edge of procking it. But I think he's okay right now because he's going to go into the maze.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
When I read it, I was like, interesting. If we were keeping you out, then that'd be a different question.
Yeah. I think if anyone watches him walk in, he'll kind of like immediately touch the walls and be like, oh, okay, I'm here. It's here.
Yeah. She walks in, and all of the other people follow. Sam, has the character that you're playing stayed where they are, or have they come out? You rolled a 10. So I'm going to say that you get to choose.
How do you mean by stayed where they are?
Stay in the universe or come out.
Oh. I think they were out. Given how aware they seem to be of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I assume that they're currently here and now, I guess.
Okay. So as she follows into the maze, there's just a little procession of people following. And this space can be anything that Misenus wants it to be, right?
I was going to say, can I do something?
What would you like to do?
Well, he has to give her a safe passage through, or her or them, through the maze, and he shall do that. Don't say anything about anyone else.
Okay. As in, they can't come in, or they don't go to where they're going.
They can get themselves very, very turned around.
Okay. So she's at the head of the party. She walks in.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the party walk in. Does the door close directly after them?
He'll probably be the last one to come in, and he'll close the door. Who's just at the end?
I'm going to say the other person who seems as though they're conscious now.
Okay.
Looked as though they were in a trance, and now,
Interesting. Misenus will kind of lean over and be like, remember to keep your eyes on the road. And for the person at the front, it is a straight shot. For everyone else, it looks like she made a left.
This is fun. Largely because of something that I told Sam last night.
Oh no.
This is fun, isn't it, Sam? You see how this shit happens? Do you see how this shit happens? How I don't do this? I don't do it. I don't make it happen.
I was very excited the moment you started explaining what you're doing. I was like, oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This makes me scared. No, I'm supposed to be in control.
Yeah, see, that's what you think. And then I also used to think that way too. And very often when everyone's like, wait, you don't know what's happening? You have to know what's happening. You're a GM. And I'm like, I don't think you understand how this works.
Vague idea of the people involved. I don't know what's going on.
So, and that's when I say, I really don't plan a whole lot, because if I plan a whole lot, it's too much. I just set some conditions in place and then go, well, let's see what happens when those conditions bounce off each other. So
does everyone get kind of like separated, or is it just like the person in control goes one way, everyone else goes the other? Or just at some moment of it's like, why am I alone?
I think so. I think that the whole point of the labyrinth is that you think that you know what you're doing. And then you've just taken... How the fuck can I take 4 lefts? That doesn't make sense. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I thought I was keeping up right behind the person in front of me, and yet actually they've just sped up and they've taken a right, and then you've taken the right, and they're not. Did they actually take the left? And you just get more and more confused.
What is fun now?
It's really bad ADHD.
Yeah, I wish my ADHD worked like that. I'm surprisingly good at, I mean, as long as I come out of the right subway in New York, I'm pretty good at knowing where I am, what I'm doing.
But you know when you've just read a sentence and you're like, yeah, I got that. What? Yeah, that's it. You read the whole sentence. The whole sentence went into your brain and you understood it. And then the minute you finished it, you were like, I have no idea what that just says. That's crazy.
Give me 1 second. I just have to establish a marching order.
Yes.
Here. That's quite
important.
A
bunch of people doing the John Travolta Pulp Fiction meme, except instead of a jacket as a person, and they're just like,
yeah. Interesting. Okay. Fun. So the person at the front says, thank you. And heads straight down the corridor to Misenus and starts heading straight down the corridor.
Real Misenus, the Misenus, is behind her. He'll say, I don't remember you being this kind, especially not the last time that we met.
I don't remember you being this talkative.
Perhaps you are being too lenient in your old age, huh?
Perhaps. She looks behind her.
Can he stand in her way?
He can? Yeah.
Like, as in, like, he's fully stood behind her.
Directly
behind her. So when she turns around, it's just poof, his mass. And he's like, I can guide you through this, but you know the rules. Keep your eyes on the road.
All right.
Unless you want to get lost, that's fine. You can get lost. That'll actually be good for me.
Sorry, I'm just rolling
doing
dice.
things.
Yeah, doing magic, you know. Okay. I literally was just rolling to see which direction they go in.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think he'll kind of like reach up a little bit. He's like trying to make his mass bigger, and he'll reach out a little bit, and he'll kind of like wipe his hands down the sandstone and kind of rub it in his fingers. And he'll go, "Do you like it? I made it specially for you."
How sweet. Are they lost?
I don't know. Did they keep their eyes on the road?
Who knows?
You're almost there.
I am, yes. And she continues.
Did you want them back? I feel
Who
like
says I wanted them in the first place?
distraction for me.
Distraction? No. All I asked is that you do your job.
And what is my job in this particular instance?
You're a minotaur. You protect your maze.
Well, it looks like I failed because a cockroach got in.
6 of them, actually. Should be careful when you leave the door open like that.
Eyes on the road.
They are. She keeps going.
When she turns around, it's a you know that scene from Gladiator where it's just like a field with blowing grass? Open grass for days.
This is nice.
I thought that'd make it pretty. It's a little respite before you go through what you're going to go through.
Nice. I appreciate it.
What is your plan this time, huh? You might as well tell me. You put cockroaches in my maze. It's going to take a while for me to clean out.
It may well. It may well. Or it will be very easy. We'll see. I'm going to pause there. Juan,
The suspicion was correct.
You were following Maltha. And now you are not.
Could you just spell that for me real quick?
Maltha. Literally, the last time we heard that name was the end of season 1.
Okay.
And then we got busy.
We got busy.
And it's not just Maltha, it's like everyone else is gone.
Roll a d4 for me.
D4, you say?
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
One.
Okay. You think you're following her, and then
Why is the frame rate of my camera just changed?
I don't know.
Did
I don't know. Okay. You think you're following Maltha, and then you notice Skylar, who is holding Brooke and in a trance, wander off in a direction. But the Minotaur said, watch the road. So you do. Then you see Margot and holding Allison wander off. But you're watching the road. Then it's just you holding Allison.
Well, hopefully this is not a problem. So it takes a moment. It still looks like for Juan, is it still just like that Grecian labyrinth?
Tell me, Misenus, is it still the labyrinth?
Have you taken your eyes off the road to look around?
Probably at that moment, like until then, just suddenly was just like.
Okay, so what you see in front of you is like the streets of New York. And I think could I ask, I'm not the GM, but how sharp are you right now? How perceptive are you?
Roll sharp.
11.
Very.
A very large hulking figure is doing a very poor job of trying to like hiding behind a newspaper, like cross-legged on a bench in front of you. And he does this.
Greekly. That's not an adjective.
It is now.
Or an adverb. It is now.
Juan, like very like under his breath, very quietly. It's not in English, but it's clear it's like a curse. He's like swearing, just sort of slightly frustrated. Well, like frustration and a bit of fear, I guess. But like,
Roll to keep your cool. Let's see if it's a bit of fear. I don't think I've finished writing these numbers in. Give me a second.
I think I've got cool.
You've got those, yeah.
Oh well, actually no, I don't.
You should.
I don't have.
You should
keep. Maybe I'll refresh.
You
again.
do for Monsterhearts. Cold is 2.
Oh, sorry. Right, cold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Or wait, 6 or 7 is a thing.
7.
No.
7 is
Even with the +2, it's still a 6.
You do not keep your cool. In fact, you are not cool right now. This is not what you planned on doing with your day, with your unlife, with your life, with any aspect of your being. Being in a labyrinth was not the intention. Ever. You are not Theseus. And you did not come here with string because you did not know where you were going.
Without meaning to, sort of does a kind of like, you know, his eyes kind of dart down to Allison. And like, as I said, what had been frustration is perceptively becoming more of a sort of a fear response. And then I think you said this person was on a bench. Just goes, sits down next to them,
Holding a sleeping psychic.
Yeah.
Moves out of the way for Allison's head.
If there's space, you might like prop.
Just prop her up.
When you sit down, the bench like elongates itself. So there's an effort. I'm impressed. You kept looking at the road for quite some time.
Well, I have found it's good to respect the rules of a person's house.
Even if it was built for them. Yes, absolutely. So are you like a little lackey or what are you?
I'm just a survivor.
Oh, sounds like a shit life.
It's been pretty good. And more importantly,
Surviving?
long.
One of those ones that are, obsessed with immortality or something, yes?
Just never saw the point of dying.
I think death can be honorable sometimes.
I'm sure it can be.
But you're not honorable, eh?
Didn't say that.
Huh. I don't think you needed to say it. So, did you need to go find her, or are you just going to keep holding and like poke Allison's nose? Just
give me 1 sec.
I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be in art class tomorrow. But is this my or someone else's? Is this? Why are there 2?
Well, there was a very specific reason, but I don't know if it matters now.
Oh, what is it with you dark and smelly types that are always like, oh, it does not matter, it is none of your concern. Just, it's called casual conversation. Would you like to move on to the weather? Like,
are you accusing me of being obtuse?
I have spoken like 5 to 10 words to you, and you're calling me obtuse. You don't need to flatter me, so okay?
Grins.
So you are carrying around an unconscious girl for no reason because you are immortal and scary?
Oh, I'm not that scary.
No, you're not.
I'm carrying her around because
you got told to do so, like a lackey.
Because I want to look after her.
A vampire with a heart.
Well, she was important to someone who was important to me.
Ah. So still selfish. Honorably so.
Sometimes you have to keep people safe from themselves and the trouble they might get themselves into.
Sounds like making a lot of choices for other people, but okay. Whatever floats your boat.
Well, if the other option is letting them die.
This links back to your fear of death. Yes. You know, I met Death once. Several times. He's a good friend of mine. Very nice.
He's all right.
Oh, you met him too?
I wouldn't say we're friends, but he's all right.
Very nice. So he didn't take you?
Well, just too pretty.
To some. So you're really just going to stay here? She's down that way to the right and then another left for approximately 13 or so years?
Well,
I mean, I can put you somewhere else if you like.
that's just it, isn't it? I can walk over there. I can go. But you control the space. So really, I could either walk forever or I could just stay here until I need to see everyone else again.
You know, the one thing that I've had people tell me when they stay in my labyrinth, because I can make it very nice. I have this one where it's a resort in the Philippines. It's very nice. The sun is never too strong. The waves are always very good. But that one person who stayed there for a while, I really like them. They're very nice. They thought they liked immortality, right? But it got to a certain stage where they had done everything, seen everything, been everything, fucked everything. And then it kind of just gets boring. And then it gets kind of sad. And then after it gets kind of sad, you realize there's nothing else. It just keeps going. So I wonder, when are you going to get to the point where you are here in my labyrinth, that you have been here and you've seen all of the things and you've done all of the things and fucked all of the people. And you get to the point where you're very sad, but you're still waiting to see all of the people that you want to see and do all of the things that you want to do with this Martha.
Well, I
What
think
are you going to do then?
I think if you're able to get bored of the world and all that it has to offer, shows a remarkable lack of imagination.
No. No, you're stuck here, my dear boy.
Oh, only until Maltha needs me.
Does she need you?
I have my uses.
How sure are you?
Known her for a long time, so.
May I ask?
I was
I'll be
about to
back
say.
in 2 seconds.
Hmm?
Oh, I was going to say, I was saying to Juan, may I ask? I'll be back in 2 seconds. Oh, and he goes up to a door. I was waiting to say if I could or not.
Yep. Yeah.
He goes up to it's like a door to like a cafe, right?
Mhm.
And he opens it and he goes, "Oh, I didn't know your name. What is your name? I'm Misenus, Nico. You are
Juan.
Juan. Got you. I'll be back in." Time doesn't really matter here, does it? He goes in. He closes the door.
As soon as like the door closes, like the that sort of smile and sort of happiness sort of just like drops.
Mhm. I'm gonna follow Misenus for a moment, and I'm gonna come back to Juan. The question that I will leave you with, Sam, is how much does Juan believe what he just said about Maltha needing him? Nadine.
I think there isn't he doesn't come back to Maltha. He's just there. Like he is everywhere. He is this little god of his plane,
is,
you know?
Yeah. He's in both places. He was always in both places. He was always talking to Maltha at the same time as he was talking to Juan. He's yep.
Juan's nice.
Is he?
No. I'm making casual conversation. Why does no one know how to do it?
We don't need it.
Because you're too high and mighty and important?
No, because I'm here for a reason.
Juan seems to think so as well. Thinks that he's very important to you and he has his uses.
That's cute.
Well, are you planning to break his heart, or were you just going to lead him on for another couple of centuries?
Neither. Both.
He's there until he stops being useful and then he goes?
Well, he's always been useful.
Will he continue to be, do you think?
I imagine so.
What makes him useful?
A number of different things.
That was more than I thought I was going to get from you. I think we're becoming friends. Because I thought you were going to turn to me, so that's none of your concern.
No, of course not. It's been so long. Surely we have some kind of a bond by now.
Yeah, I would say too.
Do they ever chafe?
They did at the beginning. I lost a little bit of weight. They call it keto.
You tried. You did your best. But
The abs just want for me, you know. So are you going to tell me your grand plan?
No.
You are so boring.
The point of a grand plan is that only you know it.
But I've been looking at I've been watching this documentary, Scooby-Doo, and every single time at the end,
I'm sorry, what have you been watching?
Scooby-Doo.
She laughs. Roll to keep her cool. How you hooked up cable TV in here, I do not know, but
It came with the hotel. It's very nice.
okay.
It was another one. Listen, we split up for a bit, and then we're back together. My exes, the exes gave me a hotel. You gave me shitty apartment.
Well,
anyway,
your own
Scooby-Doo. At the end of Scooby-Doo, the villain, they always say their big plan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for you to do it.
You're assuming I'm the villain.
Oh, sorry. I forgot the villain never thinks that they're a villain. Yes.
And I would have got away with it too.
They do say that. It's true.
They do, yes.
So you're really not going to tell me? I mean, what can I do about it? You quite literally have control of me.
I do, yes. Lead me to where I'm trying to go.
I am. It's a long while away. We can both do with the steps.
She keeps her cool on that one. That's important. She'll keep her cool on that one.
So, should I break it to Juan softly that you don't really give a shit about him, or
I'm sure he knows.
does he?
If he doesn't, he should. So yes, feel free, tell him.
You don't need the unconscious one.
I'm sorry.
You don't need the unconscious one. I can't remember her name. Alexios. Something Alejandra.
You're very bad at lying.
He cannot remember her first name.
Jeez.
I rolled a 6 and a 5.
That's an 11.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
was
He's
he was actually lying, to see if he was lying, and the fail was a lie.
Oh dear.
And he'll be like, yes. Yep. You know, so her name. Her. Finley.
No, I don't need her.
What was her name?
Finley.
In the first bit?
Allison.
We're so close.
Alejandro.
Alejandra.
Alejandra.
Alejandro, I don't care. I don't know.
How is she with Juan?
Which the one with Juan. Are they the same? There's two, no?
There are two.
Oh.
Same name.
Sorry. Some of them are doing something. So they're the same. The one with Juan was when he's back with Juan. Is she still conscious? Is she still unconscious?
Find out. Yep.
Sleeping like a little lamb. He looks scared, sad, scared.
He should.
I'll be back.
I wasn't aware that you had to leave.
I'll be back caring about our conversation.
Okay.
It's the next left.
I take no steps without you consciously here.
Then I'll be back.
Yes. She sits down, crosses her legs, and waits.
He'll like kind of from his back, like he hasn't even got like a coat or anything. He'll kind of like reach into this pocket that doesn't exist, and he'll pull out like a Playboy mag from like the 90s. It's the first one that they found. Sorry.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
And he seems to be reading.
He'll kind of just stand there and like look out. Like he is there. He's
physically there.
Yeah.
He's mentally not.
Yeah.
Juan.
And he'll come back out the door. Oh, sorry.
Before he does, Juan, I asked a question before I disappeared, along with Misenus. What is the answer? Does Juan actually think that Maltha needs him? You are muted.
No, he doesn't think that Maltha needs him. He thinks he is currently useful.
Does he still think he's useful right now?
Yes, but there's doubt. I mean, there's always a degree of doubt, but it's like he's not on the best foot currently.
Okay.
So there is a degree of just like, this could just be the plan.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Good.
There's a degree of recognition that there's not a lot he can do about it in his current situation. Like, he's very little control where he is, given that they're in the labyrinth. It's like,
what does he think about the person that he has sat next to him, propped next to him?
It's like he wasn't
my ring. That was my face.
He wasn't lying when he said that he cared about her. But it is the sort of like best of a bad situation, I guess. It's like he's like recognizes that this is not, no one's going to look at this and be like, this is a good situation for her, but it's like the alternative was worse, and I'm doing what I can.
Yeah. So roll to keep your cool again.
He doesn't have a good cool, so he's not doing well. That's another 6.
Another 6. Okay. What does Juan do when he panics? Like, what's it like? This in the same way that a panicking Misenus is going to try to get to the labyrinth, be in the labyrinth, be safe. What is the Juan's safe move?
I think because there was that initial, he said it was this moment of frustration tinged with fear, but once that's passed, he still hasn't gotten in control, but he kind of just focuses in.
Oh no, this is panic. He's failing to keep his cool.
Oh, but that's what he's, as in the thing he reaches for in that moment. He's had that moment of fear, had that thing, but it's starting to really get to him. He starts to he tries to really focus in on these are the things I know. These are this is what I can do in this situation. And it's like I can't, there's no point walking anywhere because it is literal anywhere. It's it's a mental construct. There's no place to go. So he's sort of going through options and what he can tangibly do in a less of a sort of a planning thing and more of a sort of convince himself that he has a degree of control of himself in this situation that he is spiraling a bit in.
Okay.
There's a temptation, I guess, to try and go back into the trance, but doesn't immediately seem like a great idea. But that's sort of there's not many other places to flee to.
Okay.
But it's sort of kind of cognizant of the fact that that's no better.
So which is he going to do?
I think he just kind of spirals a bit. He's attempting to try and remind himself that he has control, and every time he thinks that, he's reminded that he doesn't.
So he stays here.
Yes. Less out of a decision that that's the best idea, but more out of a paralysis.
And I can't do anything, therefore I haven't left yet because I don't know what to do. Misenus, you have a spiraling visitor. What do?
I think just as he's walking through it, I feel like filmically, he's walking through a series of doors. Even though he technically should just be in the coffee shop. And he's just quickly glancing at what everyone else is doing. He's not going to do anything. His main focus is Juan right now because Juan seemed to be the only one who was out of the trance.
Yep.
He's just going to quickly look at everyone else. And slightly make sure that Reyes is okay.
Okay.
Reyes is just walking the maze. There is no other fancy element.
Okay.
Or no, that's it, because he doesn't know enough about her.
Well, he knows what kind of art she creates, and that's about it.
Exactly. If she... No, that's not how his maze works. That's fine. I was just trying to think of something that's not how it works. Is there another Allison walking around?
There is an Allison in Reyes's arms.
There's an Allison in Reyes's arms. There's an Allison in Juan's arms.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And then there's another couple. Yes.
Okay. Okay. He'd probably keep all three of them separate. Obviously, he can't separate Allison and Reyes, but all three of them are separate. All three of them are walking the maze, unless there is a verbalized fear, then the place will change into the verbalized fear, or will amalgamate itself to something akin to it.
So is this for everyone? If one of them verbalizes a fear, then the maze turns into that verbalized fear.
Yeah. It's subtle, but yeah. Like, no one's going to be like, I have a fear of drowning. And then it turns into a lagoon.
Yeah.
But if someone says, I can't breathe, whatever it is, the walls will start to tighten and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. He wants them on edge.
But there is no physical effect. Like, physically, there is no effect. It is the fact that they are afraid that's powering it, or is it something that Misenus is actively doing?
I think that's kind of like an auto thing, because he's like pressed the panic button in the maze, and it's kind of on auto doing what it will do to, like, fear is the best way to protect itself.
Okay.
But Juan is still on the streets. Juan is for the streets.
Juan for the streets. Kyler in the no.
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 So he comes out with like a cup holder, and it's got 4 drinks in there. Because I did not know what you liked. So there is an alternative milk. People, are you lactose intolerant? Are you weak? You look stressed, Juan. I was only gone for like what? How long does it make to make coffee? Christ.
Old buddy of yours.
Overrated. He's just a dude.
He's just a dude.
Juan, what coffee do you want? You okay?
It's like, at that point, it was like I just hadn't even noticed that you were talking. And then when you're like, when you actually sort of, there's a moment of like,
He puts the coffee down on top of like the bin, and he'd be like, okay, I'm just going to put Alison on the bench. We can have a talk, okay?
She is on the bench.
No. Is she on the bench, or are you still holding her?
No, put her.
She's on the bench, and actually she opens the bench her eyes.
Like all 3 people. Oh, okay.
Oh, good morning, Starshine.
Hi.
Hello. I have alternative milk, coffee. You okay?
You're looking at me.
Me?
Is this real? You're looking at me.
Are you supposed to be invisible?
No, okay.
He grabs the hot chocolate and like slowly passes it to her. You should. It's not great.
I gotta go.
Alison, please do not run. If you run, I can't promise that the maze will not do something stupid.
Juan, anything?
Because
she's about to run specifically from you.
Yeah, Han is that he was sort of like very inside himself, but when this sort of happens, he's sort of almost like on automatic. Is just like, hey, you good? You out for a while there?
Can Misenus tell that Alison is scared of Juan specifically?
Roll sharp. And Sam, are you using a move or no?
9.
9? Yes. This is who she's afraid of.
I'm trying to look at the.
So obviously Juan can do whatever he wants to do, but Misenus's move will be to elongate the bench. Like, it will just stretch, and she will remain where she remains, and Juan will be moved further up. I'd say maybe like 10 foot.
Does Allison have strings on Juan?
No.
Yeah, okay. He is attempting to be a bit hypnotic then.
Okay. Roll it.
What is that? That is hot.
Have a move.
Okay. That's a 10.
What is he attempting to get her to do?
To not feel that need to get away from him and that fear.
She comes.
And it's just like, you good? I was worried. You were out for a while there. What are you doing? What?
What are you doing?
That was me
The
moving
bench.
the bench.
Oh, moving the bench? Right. She calms instantly.
Allison.
Where are we?
How separate were they with the bench?
10 foot.
About 10 foot between you two.
10 foot. I think that's a question for him.
How familiar are you with Greek mythology?
Very.
He sticks out his hand. Nice to meet you. My name is Misenus, and I am a Minotaur. I am the Minotaur?
The?
Yes.
She shakes your hand. She also shakes.
It just envelops her hand. He's got very soft. Well, it's very soft apart from like the calluses here and like just here. You're okay. When did we last have art class? I know time is weird, but we had art class recently, yes?
It's daytime in New York?
Yes.
Sunset, you said.
Don't look at that. Yeah, it's like a constant sunset, like late afternoon time, wherever anyone is. I mean, the maze is the maze, but you know what I mean.
I don't know what time it is. I
don't look at them.
I can't tell you when.
But it was recently, yes?
I think so.
Okay. So you are my Allison. Very good. Did you have a twin sister?
No.
Huh. Weird. Okay. Does she have a twin sister? Looking at one.
Not that I'm aware of.
Odd. Okay, well, we'll deal with that later. You don't like this
Juana's
gentleman?
like stood up and is like walked back over at this point.
She doesn't have any response to that.
Is he walking up to Allison?
I'm sure walking back to both of them.
Okay. Does it seem aggressive?
No.
Okay. Is there a reason you were unconscious, Allison?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
No.
Okay. Now, I know the connection between this individual here, and he's pointing at Juan, and the crazy bitch. But don't worry about her. Do you know her?
Which crazy bitch?
He'll like grab the wall behind him and rip at it, and you can see someone sitting in the field with Misenus. Crazy bitch. Here.
Why does she look like Brooke?
I don't know who that is.
Oh.
Also, and he'll close that and then pull it the other side, and it's Margot and Allison walking.
Who's
I know you two are an item. I just wanted to know, is that your sister and
Am I-
Margot?
what is
I
Is it
haven't
now?
explained- I haven't explained. This is my maze. My maze can change. I have control of my maze.
And you can
This is
make
you are
people
in my maze.
make more people.
Nope. That's why I asked if you had a twin sister.
No.
So that's you. It's another you.
Is it now?
Now, yes. You want
Are
to see
they
them?
now?
Yeah, we can go see them.
Are they now? Are they
We
now?
can go. We're right
Are
here.
they now?
Yes.
In the present? Are they? Is that is what you
And
just
he'll go,
showed me?
"No,
Is that now?
He'll like turn the world on its axis. It's a very proper Vertigo effect.
Oh God, no! That's a. You have
She
an
throw up.
unconscious. You have
No!
an unconscious psychic. That's too much. You just overloaded your
Okay.
psychic. That battery's out. Battery's
Okay,
out.
He catches her before she hurts herself and kind of props her back up on the. But now they're very awkwardly. Margot and Allison are stood at the end of the hallway, the maze, and they're on the bench at the other end.
How long is this hallway?
Probably like 20-foot max.
Juan, to my looking from Allison up to, he's like, I tell you that I'm trying to keep her alive, and yet
She's alive?
you seem to want the opposite. Why do you want to hurt her so
She's
much?
fine. She passed out. You came in with her passed out.
You realize the people you're dealing with, right? You should
No.
know better than anyone.
I don't care about any
How
of
did
them.
the crazy bitch, as you described her?
Yes.
Why would you try to? I'm trying to keep her alive, and you're actively getting in the way of that.
I don't understand
concerned.
how you bringing her unconscious body behind said crazy bitch is protecting her in some way. Could you explain that to me?
The Reyes somewhere in your maze, Miss Ennis?
Yeah. Like down the hall, right there.
Is growling.
Oh. Oh.
She's growling.
Where
And she
is
walks
she
off
looking?
in a direction.
Which direction is she looking? Looking
Every
at us?
direction. She's
Oh,
not
just-
conscious.
Right, gotcha.
She is growling.
He'll just sigh and kind of like wrench the world back on its axis, and they're back in New York. Rez is still in the maze.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to assume, because she didn't do that in my art class, that was for you. And I don't think she's going to growl at something that is trying to protect what she loves.
I don't know how long you've known Maltha for.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm assuming it's long enough that you know what she's like. So I've been doing what I can, not just for myself, but for Allison here as well. And it's not much, but it's kept her alive rather than the opposite of that. But please continue to just fuck around, and I'm sure we'll reach the find out real soon.
Speaking of finding out real soon,
It's not
Misenus,
getting impatient.
your bracelets are yanked back
Oh, shit.
to Maltha.
Mm-hmm.
Yanked forcefully.
Yep. He kind of like stumbles onto his knee. I was in the middle of our conversation. What? It was like 30 seconds?
What did you do? And we're going to stop there.
Ah! No!
Yeah.
Bums.
Congratulations, you two, on managing to fuck everything up. I love it. I'm so excited, but like fuck it up in a good way, like just a helpful fuck up.
Immediately went wrong, but gloriously wrong.
But in the
and
right
then
way, wrong.
Continued to do that. Like every time Misenus did anything, I was just like the character would just be like, "Fuck," and Sam was like, "Yes." I love every part of it.
What I'm going to do is end the stream, because we will get distracted and we will keep going forever, because that's how ADHD works.
Okay.
But there will probably be a part 2 at some point. Who knows?
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.